What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Double Coverage NFL Playoffs Edition 2023. We got Matty from MC underscore. Tell us your IG name, Matty, or I don't want to cook stuff it up.
MC Cardboard Collects.
There we go, MC underscore Cardboard Collects. Give him a follow. His link is in the description. We've got him back on the show. We did a bit of a preseason. Obviously, there was three of us. There's one of us not here. Dom has left us in the lurch today, but that's all right. We pick up the show. The show must go on, as they say in show business. And we're here today to give you a bit of content, our thoughts. We're going to go back and have a look at some of our prediction that we gave pre-season. Maybe we can have a bit of a chuckle and how wrong we were, and some where we did okay. And then from there, we will go into the bracket and give our thoughts and opinions and see whether we can maybe give a successful bracket going into the playoffs. Anyway, other than that, Matty, how are you, mate? How are you? Welcome back.
Yeah, doing good, mate. Thanks, Sauce. Thanks for doing this. Getting back on. Can't wait to watch these playoffs. Starting for us in Australia here on Sunday. Kicking through for the next 3 days. This is my time. I love this. Love the playoffs. It's a different game.
Yeah, this is where it gets tight. The players feel it. You see guys making mistakes that maybe during the regular season they don't usually make, and there's a lot more to it than just pulling off the routes. It's guys get nervous, and big plays are made on the other side. Big plays are made and that's where you make the big dollars, mate. This is what you get paid for when you make it to the playoffs. You got to step up for your side. All right, let's go through, Matty. Actually, I probably should have. Let me minimize that one. Let me get up something.
Honorable mention right now. Got to appreciate. Thank you, the Lions. I'm a Seahawks supporter. You're forever indebted to you guys. Stuff those Packers. Kick them out. Let us in. Forever in debt. Thank you, the Lions.
I love it. I love it, Matty. I love it. That's brilliant. All right. We are going to bring up 1 second. This is the one. There we go. All right. So this is our preseason. What we predicted. We'll go through it, have a bit of a laugh, and see how we are. Hello, Adam. How are you, mate? Welcome in the stream. All right. We all predicted the Bills. Bills finished on top, so we're looking good there. Bills, Dolphins. We got that. Nearly all of us picked that in the exact order, which is just unbelievable. So we're 1 from 1 at the moment, Matty, and that's in the AFC East. In the AFC North, none of us, only Doma had the Bengals on top. Both yourself and I, we had the Ravens. But look, that probably comes down to obviously the Lamar getting injured. He doesn't get injured, they probably finish on top. And that's how important the quarterback position is at the end of the day.
Not just Lamar, most of that offense was riddled this year. Like last year, probably more so last year, but this year, they lost wide receivers this year. J.K. Dobbins, running back, was out for a little while. But then especially at the end of the season, Lamar being out for multiple weeks just killed him. And that's 2 years in a row where they've had a lot of outs, and they've still got over 500, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean 10-7 on the season, so it's not like they had a terrible season. But what could be if they could just have a clean run at injuries one year and not get so banged up.
Well, they just got a nice defensive guy from, I think he came over from the Bears, Smith. He's signed a big 5-year contract. So I know it's early for him in this year. Might not gel as much this year, but for next year, they've got another weapon in defense, and that defense is just stacked.
It's stacked. So, look, I don't think they're going to do it. They're in the wild card spot. It's got here marked. So they're in the wild card spot. So they've got a wild card game. So we'll talk about them a bit later. But the Bengals clinched that division, AFC North. Doma picks that one right. All right, let's move on to the AFC South. We all had Colts on top. Doma had the Jags in second. But funny enough, because probably about 7 weeks in, I was saying on the show, Matty, that the Jags are going to win this division, right? Because I just seen how terrible the Colts were, and after about 5 weeks in, you knew that the Colts were going to stuff this one up.
In all honesty, I think everyone forgot how good their new coach is in Doug Peterson. Like, he is such an offensive weapon. He took the Eagles to the Super Bowl and won with Nick Foles over Brady, and now he's at the Jags with a great, incredible quarterback in Lawrence. Like I said at the start of the season, as long as he gets enough of the ball and they're not turning over, he will be a threat. Now, all their wide receivers, in my view, are second string wide receivers, but they snatched one from Arizona. I think they've got a few others in that offseason, and they're just gelled, mate, with a good coach, like good young quarterback. Like you said, quarterbacks are everything. Like they're hitting peak right now. They're playing really good.
All right. So none of us got that one right. Jags take AFC South. AFC West, we all predicted that the Chiefs would get it. No, actually, no.
No.
I'm the only one who predicted the Chiefs. You were all on the Broncos, who've absolutely fumbled terribly. Where did it go wrong for the Broncos? Tell me. Did anyone predict that season from Russell Wilson?
There's no way. There's absolutely no way. That is by far the biggest fold this year. Is that Broncos team? I don't know whether it's the contrast of Russ is off. I think he had a hand injury that was still lingering. That's a bit of a rumor, but also the relationship with the coaching. Now I don't know whether it's the offensive coach and the head coach, but they're gone. One or both have now gone, and I think they'll be having a fresh new head coach next year.
Well, they got to do a lot to turn it around.
Yeah.
You and Doma have fumbled the ball here, and then I think we might have a bit of a chuckle later because I believe Doma did pick Broncos to win the whole thing, so it could get pretty funny. We'll see at the end. We'll just find out. But I picked the Chiefs to take it home. I'm saying it right now on the show. I'm backing the Chiefs all the way. I've backed them in at $11 at the beginning of the season, so I've got money on them riding. So I'll be riding them right into the Super Bowl, and Mahomes and that team is clicking right at the right time of the season. They're looking brilliant. Got a bit of a fly on my microphone. All right, next we're on to the NFC. We've got the NFC South. We all predicted the Buccaneers to finish on top. Buccaneers finish on top. Panthers finish in second. Can Brady and that Bucs team actually click now? It's funny enough that he started playing better after all the divorce settlements and everything. I don't know if that's a coincidence. Maybe
his new partner. Go check it out. Go have a look at his new little thing. It's something to look at.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I think Mr. Brady won in that one. And he won his division. So 2 from 2 for Tommy Boy. I think he's had a good season, regardless whether he wins another Super Bowl.
For sure.
NFC West, we all picked the Rams, and in the end, the 49ers get the job done. The Rams don't even make the playoffs. They go 5-12. What a fall from grace, obviously, after last year winning the Super Bowl, and now not even making the playoffs. You got the 49ers finishing on top there, who have done tremendously well. It was all... they've had a funny season, the 49ers, when you think about it, haven't they, Matty?
One a nice trade in CMC, got that good trade. They've always had a great offensive coach in Kyle Shanahan. He's just such a weapon of a coach offensively. And now they're riding on the back of that rookie quarterback who's hasn't failed yet. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's throwing 2-3 touchdowns a game, really playing some of the best rookie quarterback offensively I've seen.
Purdy?
Yeah, Purdy's the one. Yeah. I mean, there's only so much you think a rookie quarterback like that, there's got to be a time where, he's going to slip up or some mistakes are going to happen. And now he's in the playoffs. So as much as I'd say 49ers have the number 1 defense, their offense is just charming, especially with McCaffrey. Like, that was such a good pickup. As long as he can stay healthy, like, they're very dangerous.
Well, you say very good defense, and they have the best defense because I just went through and had a look at the points against conceded for every team across the league, and they conceded the least amount of points, which was 277 on the year. So they had the best defense, Matty.
Yeah. You think about that, how many games they played through the season, only 277. Like, that's crazy low, very low. And a home game that they're getting the playoffs, so we'll wait and see. We'll talk about it.
It's 17 games, right? So that's only 16.29 points a game that they're conceding, which is just unbelievable. Just over 2 TDs a game. But you can keep a team to 2 TDs or less. You're always in a game.
That team has had 3 quarterbacks this year.
Well, that's what I was saying. They started with Trey Lance. It was the Trey show. Obviously, the issue that happened with Trey, unfortunate. Then Jimmy G steps up, who they didn't want. They wanted to ship him off, but they call him in. They say, Jimmy G, we need you. Jimmy G gets injured. Then they're on to Purdy, and the train just keeps rolling. And now here they are. They win the NFC West.
Easily.
Easily. Yeah, 13-4. They were 4 games clear. 4 games clear on the second Seahawks, who, mind you, did very well. We all predicted them to finish last. Even you, Matty, your own team, but you didn't see what was going to happen. But, we'll talk about them when we get to them in a sec. All right. Next, this is what we predicted. So I predicted as the conference champions, Kansas City, and then in the AFC and NFC, Tampa Bay. So we're still alive there. And then Matty, you predicted the Ravens, and Doma predicted the Broncos. Well, you have both flunked it there. And then the Rams, you have both flunked it there. So we can just say that I've done the best out of us here.
Yeah. I mean, you've done the best by some margin. I gotta say, Doma, mate, like, there's some type of picks those this year. Doma.
Oh man, that Broncos one is just like, man, you didn't see
the Rams,
that coming. Like,
the Broncos and the Rams, I think, won the same amount of games this year. I think
they did 5. Yep,
5.
Correct.
That's it, and they're both bottom feeders.
Crazy. And we had one more. We did have the NFC East, which we didn't go over. We had the Cowboys. Who didn't finish on there. Doma had the Eagles, so he picked that one up. And then the NFC North, I had the Packers, which didn't go too well. They didn't even make the playoffs. You had the Vikings finishing on top. They didn't even come second. It was too little, too late. It was too little, too late. Vikings, and you know what? I'm happy because I like Kirky Cousins, and I want him to do well. So I hope he can play well in the playoffs and go on a run. It will be probably my highlight. I'm not going to lie. So the dream matchup would be to see Kirky Cousins against Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Oh, tough.
For me. All right. So that is that, Matty. We'll take that down and we'll jump over to this side and pull this one up. Hang on. And we'll have a chat about this. There we go. All right. So here it is. Here's the bracket. Which side should we start? AFC side?
That's the old one, I think, or last year's, mate.
Is that last year's? Oh, no. What have I done?
It is last year's, mate.
All right. Give us 1 second.
No worries. So I think, the Colts definitely aren't in there.
I just grabbed the first one that I've seen. I'm not going to lie. Here we go. This one from 2 days ago. All right. This should be better. All right. We're back up and running. All right. Does this one look correct to you?
That is it. Yeah.
All right. We do things on the fly here at Double Coverage. Probably should have got that right the first time. Anyway, we'll start with the AFC. We'll go talk about the first game. We've got the Jags against the Chargers. Trevor Lawrence against Justin Herbert in a big matchup for young quarterbacks. And obviously, cardboard collectors out there who, you have guys who are riding Trevor Lawrence massively, guys who are riding Herbert. We've seen what Herbert can do. They have to face the Chiefs in the next round. Who have you got, Matty? Tell us.
Mate, for me, I'm picking the Jags on this one. Jags are riding high at the moment. They were, I think they're on a 9-game win streak or something ridiculous. Their offense, I think they're up there with the last 3 or 4 games, like close to 30-plus points. These guys played against each other late September, I think it was, and the Jags dusted them up. Absolutely dusted them up. I think, I find the way they're rolling, I think their offense beats the Chargers at the moment. Chargers had a good end of the season, but I'm not sure with Chargers. I don't know if they're firing playoff style football. I'm not sure with them. But
yeah,
yeah,
I'm leaning the Jags as well. I think the Chargers are going to have to overcome such a great defense, and I don't know. I don't know if they have enough power. They're going to need to stop that run game, on the Jag side of the ball, and then on Chargers side of the ball, you want to force them, clog up that run game, force Herbert have to sling it around. Then that gives that Jags defense, multiple plays on the ball because he's having to throw it probably 30, 40 plus times. If they can block up that run game. And I feel like the Jags defense is going to win this one. I think the Jags defense is going to pull out big and win this game for them.
You got one of the key wide receivers for Chargers. He's questionable at the moment, Mike Williams. He's been a big asset for Herbert. Now, I think he's tending toward playing, but still very questionable. If he doesn't play, then that's a huge hole to fill because that guy is big, tall, solid, big end zone threat. Up in the question. I just like the way the Jags roll, and they just look really gelled together. The coach has got it doing what they need to do. I think they could be a big problem, big upset later down the track even.
Nice. All right. We're both gone the Jags. They're going to be facing off against the Chiefs in the next round. We've both predicted it. All right. We've got the Bengals versus the Ravens. Who have you got, Matty?
No Lamar means no Ravens. Lamar not playing this week. Bengals going to torch him.
Cincinnati home field advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Lamar's not playing the playoffs. He's still injured. The Bengals are going to... I think the Ravens offense goes from about averaging about 26 points with him to about 13, 14 without him. So...
Yeah, it's a big hole
Bengals,
to fill.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Joey B and the Bengals. I think they're going to be too much for the Ravens, and they should get through. And then the last game is the Bills versus the Dolphins. Look, I'm going to start off by saying the Bills Mafia are going to come in here and absolutely pummel the Dolphins. I think they're playing. They're also on an emotional high as well as they're playing for Hamlin, and I think they're just going to come in and just pummel them. Dolphins have been good.
No Tua.
Yeah,
he's not
no Tua. There you go. So look, he's got a big next 12 months ahead of him. Tua, like he can't keep copping those sort of concussions and head knocks because he'll be out of the game very soon. He's got to be better at protecting himself going forward because if not, I'm telling you, he's going to have a very, very, very short NFL career.
Yes. Yeah, very short, for sure.
All right. So, that looks as though we're going to both have Bengals.
Yeah. And Bills.
And Bills in the next game there. Who have you got winning that game? Bengals versus Bills, which I believe will be played at a neutral site.
Yeah, yes. So it's looking like it's Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is Atlanta.
Yep.
They've got I think that's quite a new stadium. That seems to be the rumor at the moment. So I personally, I think Bengals. I think it just goes straight on previous effort coming in. I think Joey B beats Josh Allen.
He's going back to another AFC Championship game. Joey B, back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back. That's big.
Running backs better at Bengals than Bills. I mean, the Bills' running game is really good because Josh Allen, he runs himself. But Joe Mixon,
that Bills defense.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, but what's his name's out? The defensive end. He's not playing. It was at Rams. Von Miller. Von Miller's not in there. I mean, their weapons are at safety, corner, a bit behind the line. I just feel like if Bengals get a bit of a run in the rushing game, I think then it opens up the field. And Joey B to Jamar Chase, like they played a whole college together. Now they're together at in the NFL level. Like they played multiple years together. Multiple years together.
Good chemistry there, isn't there?
Yeah. Unreal chemistry.
Yeah, look. All right. Look, even though I like Joey B, because I've talked him up since he came into the league, I've always said Joey B's my guy. Like, I think this guy is special. I watched like his first 4 games in the NFL, and I knew straight away that this guy was special, and he proved that last season. Taking the Cincinnati Bengals to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, fell short. It's good. Josh Allen and the Bills have to put it together at some point, surely, because they've been so close so many years in a row. They've made it to AFC Championship games. They can't get to that last hurdle. They can't get to the Super Bowl to have a final crack at it. Is this year the year? That's the question. I don't know if I can confidently say it will be the year, but I'm going to pick them to beat the Bengals. I'm going to pick them to beat the Bengals and go through to the championship game. On the other side, we've got the Jags versus the Chiefs. I don't know, me. I'm just going to keep this quick. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah, look, I'm going Chiefs too.
Chiefs to take out the Jags.
At home,
or the
like
Chargers.
Arrowhead Stadium, you can't beat them. You can't beat them there. Chiefs at home.
All right.
What are you going to do?
So that's now going to put the Chiefs versus, for me, I'm going to have the Bills in there. You're going to have the Bengals in there. Who goes through to the Super Bowl out of those two for you? So you've got the Chiefs and
Mr. Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs for me. I just think they're riding on high. They're just another level above everyone. I think Patty Mahomes is going to take them there, going to ride that Kels train all the way to the Super Bowl, mate. Chiefs go back again.
All right. Yeah, sorry, mate. I've just had a cramp up because I had a gym session before I jumped on here, and I've just cramped up literally as I'm sitting here, and that's why I've gone. Oh. So that's why I'm chuckling because I'm trying not to yeah, I couldn't. It's too funny. I was just like, oh, it's the worst time to cop a hamstring cramp as I'm sitting on the computer. All right. I'm going to go the Chiefs all the way. I'm going the Chiefs back to the Super Bowl. They're going back to the Super Bowl. No, they weren't there last year, but, another appearance in the Super Bowl. We'll flip to the NFC side. So both us two have got the Chiefs going all the way to the Super Bowl on the AFC. And the NFC, we've got the Buccaneers versus the Cowboys. Who have you got?
I've got the Bucks. Going Mr. Tom Brady.
I'm with you. I think they're piecing it together at the right time of the season, coming into some good form. We always know the Cowboys playoffs don't mix very well, haven't for a long time. They just, all eyes are on them. America's team, they expect so much, and they just
way too much pressure.
Just crumble, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, their defense, they've got some nice little things there in Parsons and that, but I don't think Dak Prescott's actually had a really good season. I think they're running well, their defense as well. I didn't see much from CeeDee Lamb. I didn't see much from Dak. Dak was out for a while, but they still got it there. They still played quite well. They had a chance to take out the division in the last game. If Eagles had a loss and Cowboys won, they could have taken it, but that didn't happen. But yeah, the two things that never gel together, Cowboys and playoffs. Just doesn't work.
All right, we both got the Bucks. Then we have the Vikings versus the Giants. Who have you got? It's Vikings home.
I got your man, Kirky Cousins, mate. Your man, the man.
Hang on.
Sure.
Where is he? There he is.
Oh my God! Hurt y'all.
Put that on. Hey! Put that on. Hey! Put that on. Hey! Put that on.
That's just Kirky Cousin turning it up after a big win. What was that when they were flying home? They put the big chains around him. He was bare chested and he was turning it up, and he'll turn it up against the Giants. Kirky Cousins will come into town and get the job done. I just can't see the Giants producing enough offense. That that they can, when they get rolling, the offense can be really good. And then when that defense, is rolling, they're just absolutely crushing on the defensive side of the ball, the Vikings.
Justin Jefferson will have no matchup. Justin Jefferson will be free all game, easy 100-plus yards. He's not a big touchdown getter, but he'll just have something crazy, 160-plus yards that game.
All right, Vikings. We've both got the Vikings. 49ers against the Seahawks. Can your team, Matty, who shouldn't really be there, let's talk about them first. Big Geno Smith. What a season he had. Come on, you gotta applaud the man. He's just always been a backup wherever he's gone. He's finally got a starting gig. They've gone, you're going to be our starter all season. And, had the, full faith of the coaching staff down there at the Seahawks. And he's produced.
Mate, he didn't write back. That's what he did. He just didn't write back, and he rode that season. Did well. Best completions, Seahawks history. Most passing yards in Seahawks history. First season, beat Russ out of everything. Just got to get the touchdowns next year, but what a year. Great year for rookies in Seahawks. Great year running back. Walker, probably get Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then you've got Tariq Woolen at cornerback, up for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Those picks that we got from the Russ trade, thank you very much. That team is looking good. I mean, how many years Geno's got, who knows? But next 2-3 years with all those young cats, looking good. I'm very happy.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, your defense hasn't been, terrible. It's not the Legion of Boom days, but, it hasn't been terrible. And, you can get some improvement there and draft some other guys. Maybe you have some other pickups there, and Geno can produce in the manner that he's produced this season and can improve. The Seahawks will get better. But in this matchup, are you going to take the Seahawks against the 49ers away from home?
I am taking the Seahawks against the 49ers.
He's taking the Seahawks. He's got to go with his side. He's got to go with his side.
They've only played once in the playoffs. It was Legion of Boom. We did it then. We're doing it again.
All right. I like it. I'm going to go the 49ers. I think Purdy and the 49ers have too much. They just stifle up that Seahawks offense, and Purdy does enough. I feel like if you guys can force Purdy to have to throw that ball, not only 20 times, but 30 plus, and you can block up that run game and not allow them, the running back to get going. You'll be right in it.
Threat because McCaffrey is a very good receiver as well, peeling out of the back end and making catches. So that's the trick. You can stop him on the run, but he might get like 6 to 8 catches.
Yeah, but they'll run those little screens and those little rollouts for him where the quarterback just rolls out, and maybe it's like a little 5-yard pass. It's a 5-yard pass to the side, and then he's able to do damage after the catch. And you put a couple of blockers out in front of him, he's capable of making off a big play. You never know. He could run one home from 50 out, He's got that ability to him. So it's dangerous. I think, if you can contain McCaffrey and that running game, you'll be right in it. But I feel like you're going to struggle, and that's why I'm picking the 49ers to go through. So that will leave us the 49ers for me, the Seahawks for you, against the Vikings. Who have you got? Vikings or Seahawks going through to
Seahawks.
the AFC?
I'm right.
He's going. He's riding the Seahawks. He's got to ride his team. I'm going to go the Vikings. I think the Vikings. If the 49ers do get through, I think the Vikings are going to beat the 49ers. I'm going to go with Kirky Cousins. Don't know why. Just because I like the bloke. I don't have any explanation for you. I feel like they're a good enough team. But you never know. Like when it gets to that prime Kirky Cousins time, he might fold. That's the thing. You know, like he's always shown that.
Vikings are good away though. So when those two meet, it's at 49ers.
Yeah, I know that. I know it's at 49ers. So that's the thing. I'm going to go with the Vikings just because I like Kirky Cousins. Who are you going with? You're going to go with the Seahawks all the way, right?
Seahawks.
So Seahawks are making it to the NFC. We'll go to the top. We've got both got the Bucks versus the Eagles. Who's going through to the NFC Championship game?
Eagles.
I'm going to go.
Depending on how Jalen Hurts is, if he's doing good, he had some time out just recently. He only just came back for the last game. Whether that was to come back, if he's fully fit, I'm questioning it. I hope he is. If he's fighting fit, Eagles.
All right, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers because I picked the Buccaneers at the start of the season, so it would be brilliant if I pick the Buccaneers now, and then they are in the NFC Championship game, and they'll be facing off for me against the Vikings. For you, you'll have the Eagles against the Seahawks. I'm going with the Buccaneers to go to the Super Bowl because that was my preseason prediction, so I'm going to ride it out. Who are you going through to the Super Bowl to face the Chiefs from the other side that we both picked?
I'm going Eagles this one. I just don't think Eagles get the home field. They're number one for a reason. Like Jalen Hurts is a running weapon. He's thrown brilliant. He's got that.
Even if he's 80%, do you think he's good enough to take him to a Super Bowl, or does he have to be that 190?
Was Nick Foles good enough to do it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Point.
Like he has a crazy training method. He's all in. He has a great pairing with AJ Brown. AJ Brown jumping to the Eagles is killing it now. He's in the top 4 wide receiver.
He was from the Titans previously, right?
From the Titans, yeah. So he
took
a back seat to Henry,
very good.
Right?
Yeah,
so Henry was
quality.
The main guy,
Quality player.
I think that pairing is just like awesome. I think they've got everything going. The Eagles' defense has always been great. Always been a great, solid defense. So yeah, I as much as I'm going for Seahawks all the way, I find it hard for them to win that game.
All right, Eagles for you against the Chiefs, and I've got the Chiefs against the Buccaneers. Who have you got? Eagles versus Chiefs. That's your bracket. Who you've got it through?
For me,
number one side against number one side.
Yeah. Chiefs.
Chiefs
going to win it.
Yeah. And I'm going to go Chiefs because I put money on the Chiefs at the start of the year at 11-1. So I can't go against my preseason predictions.
Get those cheeseburgers ready for Andy Reid. Stack those cheeseburgers up.
Stack the cheeseburgers. You should never have to buy another cheeseburger at any joint in all of Kansas City ever again. No. Should he pull off another Super Bowl win. All right, Matty. That pulls it through. That just takes us over the half an hour. I told you it'd be a little bit quicker because we only got two people yapping on, not a third chiming in. So it is good in a way for the listeners out there. There is a little bit less to listen to. It's been a crazy season. We've seen some ups and downs. We've seen some breakout years from quarterbacks. We've seen backup years from quarterbacks like Joey B. People didn't think Joey B could, back it up, and he did. I think that he's really proving that he is special. It'll be interesting to see whether we have any breakout performances here in the playoffs, whether we have any surprise runs. But we've given our predictions. Is there any last thoughts or opinions before we sign off, Matty?
For me, loving my team, their strides. I'm watching the Jags. I reckon the Jags with their coaching are doing really good. I think riding this into next year, they could be something special. They're just missing a few little key positions. But I'm watching the Jags a lot these days, especially the second half of the season. Really good.
What's your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence now that you've seen a bit of him
Yeah, he's going to get
in
paid.
the big time?
He's going to get paid. And I think they're like the next Bengals. I think tighten up that defense, maybe one more key offensive player, and they're a Super Bowl threat. They're nearly there. They've got the coach to do it. I really like what they're doing. I already rate them more than the Chargers. And, Herbert's already beaten all the records for how long he's been in the league. But I still think, as a whole, Jags are already better. So I'm really liking what they're doing.
Big call. All right. There we go. I've got the Chiefs winning it all. You've got the Chiefs winning it all.
Will Tom Brady beat you next year?
Yeah, I got a feeling he's going to play on. He's got no Giselle. So I reckon he's going to play on.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Mate,
he hasn't copped a serious injury.
No. He's got the weapons. He's loving what he's doing. Yeah, I'm all for it. I want to see him play to 50.
That'd be crazy.
I think
if he does that, no one might ever again catch his yardage and things like that.
No way.
Because he's played that many seasons.
4 years. I mean,
they might catch him considering now there's 17 games instead of 16. So
yeah, they might get to a point where they just get a Derek Carr, right? And then Brady might sit out 4 games of the year, right? And they get to a position where they're in playoffs. That division is, who knows what that division is like with the Saints and the Panthers and Falcons, right? You get a solid backup quarterback. Look what Baker Mayfield was
pulling
doing.
The Kawhi in the NFL, are you? You're pulling the Kawhi.
Why not?
Just rest him getting ready for playoffs and then bang.
Why not?
I love that. That'd be great if they do that and they pull off another Super Bowl win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the next coming years. That'd be unbelievable.
Why couldn't they? Why is that not an option to think about? It's probably one of the most damaging sports you can play. Look at some of these injuries that we're seeing this year. It's unheard of. So what do you do about it? Some players need a rest. They want to. The teams that are usually in the playoffs are usually there at the moment. Bucks have been there consistently. Chiefs are all there. So what do? You want to win that. You want to stay healthy. It's maybe a not liked thing to do, but the team's there to win. You do whatever you can to win.
That's a good point. All right, that wraps it up. And I'm not sure when we'll have you on again, Matty, but maybe we might get you on the week of the Super Bowl on the regular show if you can tune in on a Wednesday, maybe, and have a bit of a Super Bowl. Be a quick one, 15 minutes, and have a chat about the Super Bowl. Other than that, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in once again. I can't say g'day, legends. There it is. Alex, he never misses a stream. How are we, Alex? Welcome, mate. Good to always have you tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up. Thank you, Matty. Make sure you check him out at his Instagram page. It is in the description. Give him a follow. And it's been Sauce and Matty. Keep living, loving, and breathing all sports. Double coverage. Peace.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double coverage.